Hey, spiritual superstars. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in. Type in your 4 1s, the opening of spirit realm. I was just getting ready to shut it down for the night, and I came across a post, and I want to quickly come over and share with you because I am in complete disagreement with the post, and I know that this is something that is well mentioned in the spiritual industry, and it's shadow work. How do you do it? What is it all about? Well, I've had 4 coaching clients, and all of them are doing shadow work, and it is all different. And so I wanted to share a little bit about that and to share with you the post that I came across as well. So let's go ahead and type in our 4 1s, the opening of the spirit realm, and let's raise it up. Ready? Deep breath in. Inhaling all that beautiful life, force, energy, and then let out all that doesn't serve you anymore, what never has. On your exhale, let your shoulders drop. So, hey Nicole, hey Healing Sounds and Tunes. Thank you so much for tuning in. And spiritual superstars, thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up button, please, and thank you for subscribing and sharing your stories, sharing your experiences, and participating in our spiritual guidance, starting with your 4 1s, the opening of the spirit realm. Very, very important. So, shadow work. Let me just read to you what the message said. It's a post on social media. Shadow work starts with embracing things in your life that have left you feeling ashamed, broken, and traumatized. You must understand that you have split yourself into two: your powerful, deserving self and your weak, undeserving self. Shadow work aims to empower the broken you. I disagree in many ways with that statement. And I want you to be aware of what shadow work means to you and throw out what doesn't fit you. Shadow work is definitely a way to empower yourself, a way to empower anything about you that feels broken, hurt, sad, any fear-based energy. But be very aware that when you separate your human and you, because you are a dual being, when you separate you as a dual being and put part of yourself in a box of negativity, you then have created a cycle of stagnation, of beating yourself up. You've put yourself in this box that is, in this post, self or your weak, undeserving self. No, we definitely do not judge our human. We don't judge, we don't criticize our human, we don't talk down to our human. We love our human. So that negative talk does damage to yourself, your human self. So be very aware of that. When you see a post on social media, when you talk to a coach, when you talk to a therapist, a counselor, a friend, partner, when you read something, when you watch a video, music, whatever it is, you are forming a relationship. So what you read, you're forming a relationship with. You and I have a relationship. I have a responsibility to make sure that I am as careful as possible with my words and what I teach, what I share on social media. It's tough sometimes. Sometimes I just want to let it all out and just show the mama me. And I can't do that all the time. And so be careful about what you engage. Let me read this post one more time and pick it apart. Shadow work starts with embracing things in your life that have left you feeling ashamed, broken, and traumatized. That's not necessarily true. Shadow work doesn't require that you embrace any of that pain. I don't recommend embracing the pain, the trauma, the feeling of being ashamed, hurt. I encourage you to embrace your power right off the top. Embrace who you used to be. And who you used to be got you to where you are now. And it wasn't the trauma. The trauma happened. Being ashamed, being disappointed in oneself, that happens. But what you have to embrace, in my humble opinion, and this is what I teach my coaching clients, is you embrace the younger you that got you through the tough times. So you're embracing the positivity. You're embracing your strength. Because when you're already in this moment of needing to do shadow work, which is the work you have to do in order to keep moving forward, you're already broken. You're already traumatized. You're already in this pattern of stagnation. So the worst that can happen, the one thing you don't want to do, is embrace more of that because you'll be in a cycle. Does that make sense? Hit the thumbs up button if that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, please comment and I'll certainly answer you. And I'll try to be that much more thorough or detailed. And I'll explain it a different way. So you want to embrace the powerful you. The next sentence is you must understand that you have split yourself into two. We are already a dual being. So I believe that we haven't really split ourselves into two. We're needing to control certain aspects that are associated with our human. Our human is human fear. It's human logic. It's human reasoning. It's definition. Our human is fear-based energy. It comes with our human. There is no one living that can say they don't feel fear. But knowing that, it isn't that you split yourself into two. That verbiage is really powerful. But saying that you must understand, that's a directive, that you have split yourself into two. That's not true. That's not true. You are a dual being. And really be sure that you're looking at yourself as best friends with your human. So just be careful about the verbiage that you read and that you see and that you are trying to decipher and perceive and all of it. Be very aware, because when you're doing shadow work, you want to embrace the powerful you, and you want to look at the painful you, the hurt you, the traumatized you, and love on that side of who you are. You want to pull from your past the younger you, and you want to embrace the part of you that is powerful, and you want to control that side of self that is allowing sabotage, broken patterns to continue. You want to control that side of who you are by controlling the pattern. So, the way that I address this in our coaching clients, and I hope I'm making sense. Am I making sense at all? I know it's late and I felt really pulled to come over and address this now. So comment and let me know if it's making sense. I hope it is. I don't see any comments yet. So when you're doing shadow work, remember this. It is different for everybody, but there are certain methods and strategies, tools that I have created to help my clients get through because I've used them and I will continue to use them because they work. And anyone can use these tools. You're just going to get the results that you need for your spiritual journey. So, one of those tools is look at what's keeping you from moving forward in your life. This is a huge tip for you to use. I want you to really use it, okay? Hit that thumbs up button if you're going to use it. Hey, Wolf Bikers. Hey, Lante. Thank you for telling me you're listening. Thank you. So you want to look at where you're at in your life, and let's say that you're awakening, your spiritual awakening, which is the moment the Most High reaches out to you and calls you to your purpose, your calling, the love of your life, your spiritual base, your health, your mission. It could be anything, your social life, anything. But you'll know it's a theme in your awakening that Spirit is calling you to. So in that awakening, you've got a theme. What is not happening is that theme the way that you need it to. It has to be conducive to your success. So let's say you are working a job that you don't like, it's toxic there, and you really want to be helping people because you're an energy healer and you really want to serve in that way. But you just don't know how to get there and you're not quite sure even if that is what you're supposed to be doing. Should you get paid? Can you get paid? All of this stuff is going on. All the while you're going to your job, for example. So the theme there in your awakening would be answering your calling, serving in your purpose, and in your mission. You're helping people in that vehicle. So the shadow work is going to be based on What is keeping you from doing that, from living in that purpose and your calling and your mission? So the shadow work is embracing who you used to be that is going to get you through the stagnation and the pause that you're at in your life now. If you embrace things in your life that have left you feeling ashamed, broken, and traumatized first, if that's where you're going to try to embrace, you're going to stay in a cycle. You have to be empowered before you do anything. And I think that's why it's so helpful to have a coach that gets it. Because what you don't want to do is be dependent upon a coach. So if you are on anybody, a therapist, anybody, and you don't want to stay stuck. So if you're not full of yourself, and if you're not empowered enough to even dive into the broken part of who you are, how can you get yourself out of it? You want a sustainable path forward. You want to be empowered. So you want to go back to your past, yes, in shadow work, but you must focus on the powerful you. So you must first say, okay, well, here are my wins. Here are my accomplishments. This is what I've done. I have been able to graduate high school. I have been able to live on my own. I may have not paid my bills on time. I may have gotten some lights cut off here and there, but I sure enough did it. I got my groceries. I got bills in my name. There are some wins that you have to own. A lot of the times we go through life and we give up our wins, our diplomas on our parents' mantle, or, the mantle, the fireplace mantle, it's hanging up on the wall. Um, our degree is stuffed away somewhere. Our trophies are packed away or forgotten about, or we've let someone else keep them. These are wins that belong to us. And so going back to your past for sure to capture, recapture those wins empowers you, fills you up enough for you to then say, okay, so I'm strong enough because I know I've done this before. Life cycles. So what happens is you automatically, you're human, begins to remember the positive. Your human begins to stand up a little straighter. Your human begins to say, yeah, okay, you know what? I made mistakes, but look at what I've been able to do with my life. Wow, I've, I've done pretty good. I mean, may not be where I want to be, may not be doing what I want, but I'm doing pretty good. Then, and only then, when you hear your human speak positively and start raising up like that, should you ever force your human to go back and deal with any trauma, abuse, any kind of attack, any fear that had you paralyzed to the point of not being able to move forward? Okay? So be careful about that. You didn't split yourself in two. That's the way you were blessed to be. You're a dual being. You are the soul within your human. And you don't have an undeserving self. Okay? You don't have an undeserving self. You deserve. We all get weak sometimes, but you deserve. So whenever you see those kinds of words, undeserving, no, 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 no. You say no to that and don't absorb it. Don't like it. Don't heart it. Don't agree to it when it's telling your human something negative. It's speaking bad to your human. Don't accept that. Okay? And so some of the other things that I help my clients do in our coaching sessions after they have been able to look at the younger self, the younger them, then we go through, how does that feel? You know, look at that in your own life right now. You go back to the younger you. Look at how empowered and how full of yourself you were. Weren't you full of yourself? And you may have had moments where you were just, life beat you down. But in the moments before that, when you were full of yourself, feel that. Don't go back to the trauma when life beat you down first. Absolutely not. Go back to when you were on top, the younger you, and bring that energy because you're that powerful. If you can go back to the past and you can pull that energy up to now, and you can feel really sad because you're remembering something that made you sad, you can very well go back to the past and allow your human to feel something positive. Feel your wins, not the trauma. There's time for that. You're gonna have to deal with the trauma, yes, but not before you're full of yourself. Be positive. Fill yourself up. Love on yourself first. Because that right there, what I just read saying that you're undeserving, that's not true. The truth is that you are very deserving. You are enough. And because you are enough, you deserve more than ever before. You deserve more than you've been able to give yourself. I hope that that makes sense. Lante says, makes sense, but it's scary. It is scary. It's very scary, honey. But you are enough. And you will get through this. Go back and look at the younger you. Look at what you've been able to accomplish. You've waken up. You got so much. You've accomplished so much. Look at that. What are the things that you've accomplished? Let's put it in the comment section. I've given birth. Given birth. I graduated school. What have you done? I put it in the comment section. I'm putting in there. I pay my bills. I help people live happier. I wake up happy in spite of the pain and depression and sadness and grieving. I wake up happy. That is a win, right? So these small little wins. I got my children to camp and I had coaching clients. And I worked on some parts of my other business. And I helped customers today. I help my business partners today. That's a win, right? All those are wins. Go back to that when you're doing shadow work. Don't you dare for a minute start with the trauma. You don't need to. You deserve to feel loved. And when you're doing shadow work, Dorothy and Tranquilla, Lante and Angel, Wolf Ikers and Healing Sounds, Nicole, be gentle on yourself when you're doing shadow work, but be courageous enough to push your human. But if you push your human back to dealing with the trauma and asking your human to embrace the trauma, your human is going to divorce you. And we don't need that. We need you to be like this with your human. Okay? Look at Lante. I've given birth. I help people get through issues I've already figured out. Look at you. Yes. I fight and get through depression. Let me give it to you. Oh my goodness. I've had a business owner on top of all of that. Look at you. Come on, spiritual superstars. What else can you put down there? Who else? Okay, honey. I'm trying to tell you that's big, right? Pat yourself on the back. Oh my gosh. Right? There's one of my coaching clients that just hopped on. We have to go through the trauma to dismantle it. But spiritual superstars, please don't try to do that until you are empowered. When we do shadow work, it forces our human to go back to a time that your human was really hurt. And reliving that energy is real. So remember that you have to listen to your human, and she or he is going to tell you how far they can go back to even looking at that trauma and how deeply they can go little by little by little. So don't ever let a therapist, a counselor, a coach, an advisor, a friend tell you that you've got to do it this way when it feels uncomfortable and it feels wrong. Be challenged. If you trust that person, be challenged. But be challenged and let it feel right and uncomfortable. Okay, does that make sense? Whew, got an itch on my back. Right? So, yeah, I hope that that really makes sense. All right. Thank you so much for letting me know. So, let's take that for example. Lante, what do you think the theme is in your spiritual awakening? And we'll look at the shadow work for a little bit. And you guys, go ahead and comment. And I'll just give you some pointers of what I would tell my coaching clients on where to begin in your shadow work. So, where do you think you're at in your journey? What is Spirit asking you to detach from? And you may not even know, but you definitely know what the awareness is in your awakening. And the awareness is that overarching highlight in your life right now. Okay, Dorothy says negative thoughts. Pat yourself on the back, literally, Dorothy. Pat yourself on the back, hug yourself, tell yourself good job, tell your human that. Definitely tell your human good job. Excellent, excellent. I'm so proud of you. Say that. Say, I'm so proud of you. You know, if you refer to yourself as girl, woman, I'm so proud of you, lady. I'm so proud of you, girl. If you guys do that the same way, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you for being able to say that. That's big. That's huge. And that's a win. Not only did you verbalize it outwardly to the universe, I might add, you wrote it down. You wrote it down. And what we write down, we know we've started a new direction. We've begun something. We write it down. We saw it with our human eyes once we wrote it down, but even before that, we thought it. We thought it. And we know that that thought came from some work. You had to do some work to even get that thought there. And in order for you to get that thought there, you had to jump back to the trauma already. So that's why we don't embrace that part. We don't embrace that part at all. It's an automatic. So we don't have to focus on it before we focus on empowering ourselves. Good job, Dorothy. Healing sound says anger and pain. Great job. Great job. Do the same thing. Pat yourself on the back. Tell yourself, good job. Tell your human, I'm so proud of you. I love you, girl. Oh, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You know, your human had to write that down. Your human is on board. So keep your human on board. You know, we want best friends. That's what we want. That's your ace. That's your partner in your spiritual awakening. Because you don't want to have your human trusting somebody else outside of you, the soul, who is co creating with spirit. You don't want your human to trust me more than your human trusts you. You are the soul within your human. So all of this is for a reason. It takes these steps, one step, another baby step, another baby step. When we try to rush the process, honey, that's when stuff goes wrong. We don't want that. Trying to heal and not hurt others because of my pain. That's so big. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that. Watching my words and how I express myself so I can heal in a positive way. Absolutely. And that is work. Oh, healing sounds. That's work. So that's shadow work, honey. If I'm making sense, hit the thumbs up button. When you're doing shadow work, you are self-development, self-improving. You are isolating yourself automatically because when you deal with that side of self that's been hurt, that trauma, you automatically go into hermit mode. And people around you are like, what happened? Is it me? What did I do? And you're like, it has nothing to do with you. I'm going through my own stuff right now. The last thing you want to do is explain it. But that's the only thing that friends and family want you to do. And all of that is in isolation mode. It is in your solitude and solace with spirit. It is behind closed doors. And that is the shadow self. But our shadow self is not negative. Our shadow self is deserving. Our shadow self is hurt. And our shadow self has been picked on, judged, criticized, abused, attacked, misunderstood, mistreated, marginalized, devalued, stepped on, used, just so we have to come in and love on our human, our shadow self, right? That's right. We all gonna get through this. Look at healing sounds. You and I both, Dorothy. We will get through this. That's right, Dorothy. Still learning. Awesome. Honey, we are life learners. Yes, we are life learners. That's the beauty of spirituality too, is that we get to deepen that connection with spirit. You know, it has taken me 43 years to understand the things that I teach. Let me tell you something. These fruit flies, I got something for them. This is non-toxic, but they in my little wine bottle over my wine glass. And they always get in there. They're going to make the transition with this, a clean transition of non-toxic cleaner. And they're going to be happy because they're drunk. It's like two of them in there. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you're loving on yourself. And so let's just pick that apart real quick. Let's go back up. Negative thought. Okay, so the negative thought process is a process, right? It didn't come out of anywhere. It just didn't come out of the ethers. Negative thought has an origin, right? And you're so welcome. I'm glad this is helping you. That makes me feel really wonderful. And I feel like I gave some sugar. Mwah. So that negative thought is based on something your human has experienced or is in fear of experiencing, right? And so we know that that fear is a very real thing, but it's based on something that doesn't exist right now. It could be something in the past that is triggering that negative thought, and it could be someone around you that's in your ear, the naysaying, the negative energy that's just constantly being put into you. So my point is, be really aware of what you are feeding yourself and who is feeding you. So it goes back to the same post. Shadow work starts with embracing things in your life that have left you feeling ashamed, broken, and traumatized. Shadow work really begins with you embracing the younger you that has gained a lot of wins, and the empowered you is in that younger self. You must understand that you have split yourself into two. You have not split yourself into two. You were blessed to be a dual being. So you must understand that Spirit blessed you to look at the third dimension as the test that it is, accept the challenges as they come, and then decipher ahead of all of that, decipher what tests are really yours, right? Use your spirit of discernment, definitely helping other people, but you have to be empowered to do any of that. So, understanding that humility, that place of humility in this third dimension, gets you through the shadow work. Understanding that you are a dual being, you are the soul within your human. That gets you through the shadow work because then you know, okay, I've got to control my human. My human is where the fear based energy is. So if I'm feeling fearful of moving forward, I've got to embrace my human. And according to this post, if you're embracing an undeserving, weak side of self, that's so negative, and that's putting your human down. And we don't do that. We don't do that at all. Mm-mm. Your human deserves the very best. All that good old love and sugar, that's what your human deserves. So, shadow work aims to empower the broken you. Shadow work aims to empower you, period. Shadow work gets you to your goal. Shadow work is self development, self improvement. I hope that makes sense. Are you laughing at me giving you some sugar? I'm such a mama. I just love y'all to life. I was thinking today, I'm a leader. I've always been a leader. I started in corporate years ago in the 90s. Even before that, I'm a 70s child. I was a leader. But I'm not that leader that's hard nosed, and that's always got me into trouble. That I need to be more strict and stern, and my back has to stand up straight. I love to laugh. Oh my gosh, I love to laugh so much. Oh, I like to get work done. I love it. I don't like lazy people. I love to get in and get what I need done and win. I like to, like to get results. I love to help people. And spiritual guidance is my jam. But I'm working on leadership after all these years. So we're a life learner, you know? So remember that we're a life learner. That helps you in your shadow work. When you find that, okay, you've got to work on anger and pain. You're trying to heal and not hurt others. Remember that you're a life learner. Okay, I get to learn through this? Yes. Yes, you sure do. I get to make mistakes? Absolutely. Hmm, okay. I get to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Yep. Okay, okay. I get to say I don't know how I feel. Absolutely. You do. So one of the easy tools here is to look yourself in the mirror. Don't got a mirror in front of you, use your phone, your camera, and speak directly into you. Positive affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements. Let's do that now. Take out your camera or take your phone now. You might be on the phone. Okay. Um, so just look at the part of your phone where you might be able to see a reflection. Or look at something else that'll give you that reflection if you don't have a mirror right there. Oh, you were laughing when I sprayed the fruit flies, sending it on its non-toxic transition. They're in there. Look, they're in there. Having a, yeah, their transition. Is he still alive? Girl, goodness gracious. They still alive in there. Are you kidding me? How is that possible? Oh my gosh. Let me let him have his little drink. Mind my own business now. Now it's none of my business anymore, is it? Nope. Oh my gosh, man. Oh. So laugh as much as you can. When you're doing shadow work, laugh. You get to laugh at yourself through this life, and it makes life a whole lot easier. It truly does. So when you are looking at, yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody else, think of yourself first. Don't put yourself second. As tough as that is, especially if you're a people pleaser like I was, you're an empath, we know that. But putting yourself after everybody else um, usually brings resentment. And that's just a human thing. It's there. And resentment is tougher than hate because it festers and it becomes a trigger whenever you're around that person or those people, you're doing that behavior or action. So look yourself in the mirror and say what you are. I'm beautiful. Repeat that. Go ahead. No one's listening. And even if they are, who cares? Right? You got to challenge yourself now. Yeah, you made it to a place where I'm going to challenge you. That's just the way it is here. So welcome to Spiritual Guidance Academy. I'm Nicole. Henri V. That's my mama's name backwards. So I just thought I'd let you know. And I do that in honor of her. So thank you. And I'm founder of Spiritual Guidance Academy. And I'm a lifestyle medicine practitioner. And I love y'all. So, I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am pretty. I am smart. I am intelligent. Come on, if you're just joining, repeat after me. I am grounded. I am adventurous. I am not perfect. I am not perfect. I am not trying to be perfect. I am me. I am accomplished. I am loved. I am lovable. I am so unique. I am special. I am gifted. I am chosen. I am in love with me. I am in love with life. I am a lover of life. I am extraordinary. I am phenomenal. And just keep repeating those affirmations. Put on your music, dance. Dance like nobody's watching. You're going to find yourself wanting to do it at the bus stop, at the train. Just when you hear your song come on, you're going to move, whether it's your head only on the bus. You're going to move. You're going to sing the tune. You're going to hum along. You're going to do something, and that's exactly what should happen. All of that happiness fights the negative thoughts, the negative energy. Cannot survive when you are overpowering it with positivity. It simply cannot survive. You're not feeding it, and you're feeding faith. Because when you're doing this, the last thing you want to do is try to be happy. So when you're doing the work of being happy, you are no longer feeding fear-based energy, which throws your human for a loop. And you then are, without your human's permission, reprogramming your human to focus only on that which serves you. And you are in the driver's seat. You are the mind within your human. And your human is along for the ride. So always, always, always infuse your human with positivity because she or he has been through enough and has been judged and put down and just beat down, raked over the coals by everybody else in life. So we are responsible. We are the mind inside of our human. We see each other, but we don't see each other on a human level. So you're now stepping up. And you may have heard me say this before, but I liken it to us being in a car. You are now in the driver's seat, and your human is now on the passenger side. And that transition, your human doesn't go over there quite easily. Just like, oh, okay, you can drive now. I'm going to listen to you. Your human doesn't go down like that. So you're going to get some pushback while you're doing your shadow work. And that's good. That's why you have to embrace your human. There's no putting down your human. None of that. So I hope that makes sense. Hey, Ever Venus. How you doing? It's wonderful to see you too. Hey, Shaya. I didn't even see you sneak in there. All right. So does anybody have any questions tonight before we wrap it up? And I thank you so much. I pray that makes sense for everybody. And thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing and hitting the little bell so that you'll know when I come over with videos. Let me tell y'all, I have been working with my human on coming over on specific days. It's not working yet. So I'm sorry. I just, we got to work with our human. You're doing pretty good. I'm glad to hear that. I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking me. I appreciate that. My baby girl has gotten into the rhythm of asking me what I have done for the day. And that's another great tip, spiritual superstars, in your self-development when you're doing your shadow work. You want to make sure you have an accountability partner, somebody that's going to tell you about yourself, that's going to really call you to improving what you did yesterday and helping you see just how much you have done. So I'm a coach with many coaches, including my baby girl. My kids are my coaches, right? My partner is my coach. My business partners are my coach, some of them. And my mentors. So have those accountability partners. Right, Dorothy, I'm loved. I'm pretty. I'm smart. I'm lovable. Good job. Very true. Very, very true. I'm so proud of you for claiming that. That's super big. I love it. All right, all right. So we're going to call it a night. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Love you so much. Thank you so much again for hitting the thumbs up button. the like button, and comment and let me know what video you'd like me to come over and we have a discussion about. Mwah. Have a beautiful night. Thanks, Tranquilla.